Next week, the girls go back to school to
at bbc.co.uk/homes.
We're carrying out the biggest property experiment in television history.
Our challenge is to turn bricks and mortar into hard cash.
We started off with £100,000, bought a house,
Renovated it, then sold it for a profit.
Can we do that on every rung of the property ladder?
Ending up with a house worth £1 million!
There's a common belief that it's easy to make money from property. We're going to put that theory to the test.
From our research into the UK property market, we actually reckon that a shrewd developer with enough time and money to invest could make the journey from £100,000 to £1 million by buying and selling just 7 houses.
We'll be monitoring the housing market across the UK and buying houses on each of the 7 steps of our property ladder whenever we come across a really good buy.
We'll then renovate them and put them back on the market to see if it really is easy to make money from property.
We started with a 2-bedroom Victorian terrace in Birmingham, which we bought for £103,000 and, after renovation, sold for a profit of 15 grand.
Our next property in East London netted us a £10,000 profit. And then, with our third one, a flat in Bristol, we suffered at the hands of a sluggish property market, making a mere £2,000.
Despite this, we still had a healthy total profit of 27 grand.
When we've sold all 7 properties and paid the BBC back with interest, we'll be giving any profit we make to charity.
It's a massive enterprise and a high-risk experiment. There's no guarantee of success. After all, prices can go down as well as up.
And we soon learned that the hard way with our 4th property, a family house in Harrogate.
It seemed a real bargain at 235 grand, but it soon turned into a nightmare. The building work went massively over budget, and the house stuck on the market for 11 months.
We just scraped a sale, coming out with our worst profit yet, a miserable £1,000. So, with our next property, we've got to learn from our mistakes and make it a massive success.
As with all our properties, location has always been important, but now it's crucial. So we've come to one of Britain's wealthiest property hotspots, Royal Leamington Spa.
Average house prices in Leamington have more than doubled in the past 4 years, and the town's twice been voted the richest in Britain.
You know, more than ever, we need the next property to be absolutely perfect because we are both feeling really battered and bruised by Harrogate. I mean, all that effort, and for what? £1,000? We need this next house if we're ever going to actually achieve our target.
As we step on to the 5th rung of our property ladder, we're looking for a house between £350,000 and £400,000. And our aim? To sell it for over £500,000.
If we want a big profit margin, we could hardly be in a better place. We're heading across the beautiful River Lem to the north side of town, which is home to some of the most sought-after properties in the area, with an average price of £500,000. This sounds incredible. Listed Regency Townhouse, 385 in Leamington.
But the sound of it needs a bit of general modernisation and upgrading, but I like the area.
That's what we're after, isn't it? But you know, the location's perfect, isn't it?
Absolutely fantastic.
The house has been on the market for just 3 weeks and is being sold because the owner, Angie, is emigrating to Spain.
Hello there.
Hello, Anne.
Justin and Colin. Hello, Anne. How do you do?
Hello, hi, I'm Colin.
Nice to meet you. This is the dining room.
Right, okay. Quite spacious rooms, actually, yeah,
Very
already.
spacious,
Yeah.
yes.
Be a good
This
thing
is the
when you're selling.
kitchen, and we keep meaning to do it up, and unfortunately we've never found the time. Now this, as you know, in the old days was where the servants were. In there would have been the big range that they put across.
So 4 floors plus basement.
There are 55 steps from top to bottom.
Oh my word! No, this is good. This is really good room.
grand.
This is a beautiful room, isn't it? So this would have been their original sitting room or drawing room. And then here, this was 2 bedrooms, and as you see now,
Oh my word!
it's a shower room, and
Oh, that's clever. Good space. Now for an attic room, this is still great space. Nothing's a
lots of
disappointment. Every
Oh,
door
really?
that we've opened has been good.
Oh, good.
We're really excited by the property's huge potential, and what's more, it's in a fantastic location just 2 minutes from the town centre. But it's early days, and we've only just started our search.
The next place we're viewing is another 4-bedroomed listed property, this time in leafy Clarendon Square. Good quality Regency houses are much sought after and hard to come by. This one's on the market for 400 grand, and we're told that it's already had some work done to it.
This is the master bedroom.
What an incredibly spacious bedroom. I can't believe this.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, this would have been the drawing room, wouldn't it?
Yes. And as I was saying,
Oh my goodness.
every house should have something special. So
You've built Leamington Spa. You've built another Leamington Spa in your house. It is certainly the wow factor. It's actually leaving me quite aghast.
I know.
But, wow factor or not, there's little room left for major renovation. And for us, that means a tiny profit margin. We certainly wouldn't reach our half with this one.
Our next target, still in North Leamington, is a 5-bedroom Victorian house which is up for sale at £375,000. The house has been empty for 7 months and is in much need of modernisation. On paper, it sounds promising.
Yeah, lots of original features, but lots of wood chip as well. Absolutely everywhere. Every single surface is covered bar the floor.
Right, this is the bathroom, which is approached off the mezzanine landing.
This is it?
Yeah,
One
this is
bathroom,
a
yes.
Absolutely.
Now, this is quite an incredibly low feature. Look at that.
watch that.
Right, and this is one of the 5 bedrooms to the property.
I mean, it's a good space. I mean, there's nothing worse than actually making it into a bedroom. There's no private parking, a real issue in the town centre, and more importantly, we're just not getting a good feeling about this house. We're beginning to realise that there are very few townhouses on the market which haven't been dramatically altered. So, with no others to view, we decide our favourite is the Grade 2 listed building in Portland Street. It's retained its original Regency feel and has great scope for our designs. More importantly, at £385,000, it looks like a great deal.
The next step is to call in our project manager, Nigel Leck, to give us his professional opinion on the house. The BBC teamed us up with him at the very start of this whole experiment, and he's seen us through our first 4 projects. Despite a tempestuous relationship, we value his judgment.
It's a good house, spot on position, really good road. Those houses just do not come up that often. They tend to be bought and stay in the family. But generally it's actually in pretty good condition considering its age.
I think that one for us is a project that we'd like to add as much original charm to as possible. And one of the things that has gone and would need replaced are the original windows.
You're going to have problems with that. You will not... A listing on a building is the building as it stands.
Yeah, of course.
So you will have a real problem changing facade, windows, doors. You won't get away with it.
Even if we're going back to how they were before.
Doesn't matter.
We really like it. We felt fantastic when we looked around. We saw a couple of problems, but we're keen, very keen.
I do believe it's the right property for you to buy.
So we've got Nigel's approval, but in the light of all the renovation work we'd need to do, we feel the asking price of £385,000 is a bit steep. And following a survey which uncovers some structural and damp problems, we make an offer of £358,000, 27 grand below the asking price. It's accepted, and within a month, we exchange contracts.
We've got great plans to transform the layout of the house. This will involve knocking down walls and changing the internal structure of some of the rooms. We also want to demolish the garage and redesign the garden. But because it's a listed building, any changes we want to make still need to be approved. So, Nigel has a private meeting with the council planners who prefer not to be filmed.
Meanwhile, we work on our designs.
Now, you really only get one chance to make a fantastic first impression, and the ground floor space in this house is really dull at the moment. Now, what we have is a rather underutilised reception room here and an absolutely dreadfully dilapidated kitchen. We need to capture buyers from the minute they walk in the door, and that means taking out this wall here, creating really clever panel doors that'll fit in there. And what that'll mean is we create effectively 3 spaces, 2 rooms that can be used separately and 1 big area that can be used as an open plan room.
And an incredible grand room as well. And you don't get much grander than up here in the drawing room. Now, this floor, it's not about renovation, it's about restoration. So we're going to fix the cornicing in there. We're going to add some extra features with a wonderful centre rose. And I think we're going to make more of that wonderful marble fireplace by popping in a living flame gas fire. That's it. We'll use the back room as bedroom 4, nothing else.
And there's more. Following on up the stairs to the 2nd floor this time, again, it's all about changing the layout. What we have at the moment are a labyrinth of really poor rooms that just don't work whatsoever. A very peculiar L-shaped bathroom, an ensuite shower room, and a whacking great big bedroom down here. Our research shows us time and time again that buyers, particularly at this level of the market, want a really good bathroom with all the luxury inclusions. So what do? Well, we give them that. To get to that point, we need to take away this, which is ensuite, and put in a division. Now, what we'll be left with is an area that will work really well as a comfortable bedroom. Now, really going in our favour is this space here because it's huge and it's got a window in 2 places. So what we're going to do, rather cunningly, is install a wall there to leave behind a comfortable bedroom, big statement bathroom, and a plus point, it's got a window, so the buyers will be finding it hard to resist. So it's an absolutely massive project, and at the end of the day, big build equals big cost equals big risk. If we get this right, we'll really capitalise. If we get this wrong, we're stuffed.
Later that day, Nigel meets us at a local bar. Oh, here he is, the man himself.
How are you doing, mate?
Very well. How are you?
He soon gives us the good news that the council have agreed to the majority of our proposed changes, but there's a sting in the tail.
Do you know what, Nigel? Yes. Here's to a project that works really well together, and thank you for taking this through planning for us.
Not a problem. That's the positive bit from you guys.
Here we go. Yep. What did I tell you?
No, don't be like that.
No, I'm not being like that.
Oh, cue the monk of misery.
Here we go. Doctor Doom. Let's hear it.
Well, the negative bit is that because of the nature of the project, the times involved, I'm not going to be your project manager on this one. Unfortunately, in terms of my working life, it's too big a project to run on a part-time basis.
Well, I'm really sorry about that, Nigel, and I hope that's not a surprise to you, because in the past we've had, well, there's been a lot of animation between us and some very, very heated moments. It's still a pisser when you have to kind of put that boshy little face of yours on, and you do that fish mouth.
If you want me to do the fish mouth, I can do the fish mouth.
And it doesn't cost 50, and it costs
You're doing
probably
it
more
again,
than
for
12.
God's sake. There's no you and me. There is just a project.
But we have to take you to task over that. We have to ask, why is this costing so much money? What are we doing?
We cannot afford it. There is an absolute.
We all have a common goal here.
Will
we all want
you
to make
please
optimum amount of money for charity.
There's been some great stuff as well, and we've gone round the horrible stuff, and we've achieved.
Thanks for your support so far. And I hope we go ahead and make this a fantastic house.
You will do.
When do I start crying?
2 days later, the news that Nigel's leaving finally sinks in.
I mean, the whole thing is just, it's so disappointing to have actually come this far with someone. I mean, of all the kind of trials and tribulations we've had with Nigel in the past, he's always been there. I mean, he's been part of the team. You know, we've done it together.
I feel very vulnerable at this moment. Without putting too fine a point on it, I feel that we've been not let down by Nigel, because I know he's a very busy man, but I don't know where this leaves us, to be perfectly frank. But at the moment, I'm having a period of property mourning.
It'll be interesting to meet Nigel's apprentice once. It's a bit like Star Wars.
Nigel may be leaving the project, but he hasn't left us in the lurch. Today, he's arranged for us to meet our new project manager and local builder, Andy Graham. But will he be Dr. Doom number 2?
Mr. Leck,
Mr. L, what a welcome.
Hiya. Come and meet Andy.
All right, fantastic.
Now, you've got to promise me you're going to be nice.
Of course we're going to be nice. We're always nice, as he's amenable as you are.
Justin, Colin.
Hello, Andy. Good to meet you.
Andy.
As Nigel brings out the worst in us, we are the most reasonable pair in the world.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, we're very excited about the house.
It's a lovely house.
It's fantastic. What do you think about it?
Beautiful, absolutely lovely.
Yeah.
And it's been kept in quite good condition. It wants updating.
Yeah, of course.
But it's perfect, really, for what you want to do.
As we're planning to divide up the attic into a bedroom and ensuite, we're keen to discuss how we can make the rooms as light as possible. Once we've got the wall up there, I mean, the window's going to be very off-centre. We were thinking, can we maybe have another one and do kind of 2 so it kind of centres up?
Ask Andy's man, it's about conservation.
Is that a possibility?
Yeah, we can either make this one larger,
Right.
or we can put another one in the same size here.
Right, sure. What kind of cost, just out of interest, would we be looking at for that kind of thing? Is that a big... It's good for us to know.
This is called a trap.
Yeah.
It's not called a trap.
It's called a question.
Nigel, do you know what, Nigel? Like, sometimes you can be fantastic to work with, and other times you can just be obtuse,
Not fantastic.
singularly obtuse.
Obtuse.
I'm simply asking how much it's going to cost, because I'd like to know if it's going to cost a lot. We won't do it. We'll look at something else. And with Andy's careful guidance, we'll maybe find out.
That is a trap. I would say within the region of sort of £750, £800.
As much as that for a Velox?
See, so much more than expensive than I am. You see, I was cheap.
Oh my God, you were cheap.
Come back, come back. Andy seems like a really nice bloke, and I mean, it's his knowledge of this market, and that's useful when you go into new territory. It's great to have someone who knows the stuff. It can only be a good thing.
But the area which will be key to the success of the whole project is the basement, which is currently a warren of tiny rooms, including a toilet and a cupboard. We want to knock a wall down to turn 2 rooms into one big kitchen diner. But because there's limited headroom, we also need to lower the floor, and the digging out holds big risks.
They didn't build, like we do now, a big trough of cement going down a metre. They used to kind of build off fairly light foundations. So there is an issue here that if we dig down the 18 inches we require, we may get below the foundations. So if we discover in digging down that that's the case, we have to do a whole lot of sort of what they call underpinning. It's real time consuming and it's a pain. This is, without doubt, where you will win or lose this project. This is getting on for 40 to 50% of your budget, maybe.
Okay. We don't know yet if that basement is going to pay off for us. And if it doesn't pay off, we've got a big problem, because the saleability, the ultimate and optimum saleability of this house depends on that basement being spot on. And we've bought the place now. Yeah. And we're on potentially rocky ground, because if we've got it wrong, and if we can't develop the head height in the basement, I think the house will be less sellable.
Our projected costs for the Leamington house are labour and materials £70,590, architect and planning fees will cost £9,175. The tanking of the basement will cost £5,000, as will the kitchen and bathrooms. The painting and decorating will cost us £6,000. We plan to spend £4,235 on flooring and curtains, giving us a grand total of £100,000.
So finally, the gutting begins. Andy's optimistically scheduled 16 weeks to complete the whole project.
And with no spare money, every penny counts. We're even going to recycle the famous Leamington bricks. Do you think there'll be much to see?
Well, I hope so, Colin. They've had quite a long time to get on with it, so there should be some big changes.
Here's hoping.
Well, absolutely. Today is our first chance to see how the job and Andy are shaping up. Oh, hey mate, how you doing, Andy?
Guys, how are we?
Oh, all right.
How are things?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. As you can see, we're doing quite well.
You've got the wallpaper off for starters,
Yeah.
and the carpets have gone, big changes.
Yeah, all the stripping out's done. We're actually ahead of schedule.
We're ahead.
Yeah, we're ahead of schedule.
Builders just don't say that. We're ahead of schedule.
guys.
Fantastic.
Shall I show you around?
Good on you.
Yeah. But it looks great, doesn't it?
It looks fantastic, yeah. Huge changes. But the good news is soon tainted by bad.
We've done some excavation on the floor in the basement, and there's a possibility that we might have to underpin the basement. We need to reduce the level of the basement floor by 10 inches.
To give us better head height down
Yes.
there. Yeah.
We've actually found out that the foundations, the brickwork only goes down 2 courses below the existing floor level, and the rest of it's built on bedrock.
What could this mean?
Well, what it means is there's nothing actually fixing the house to the ground.
What could
That's
this
what
mean
it
in
means.
cash? What are we looking at?
£10,000.
£10,000.
£10,000.
That'll screw this
For
project.
what? And you can't even see it.
That'll screw this project, Andy. I know
10
it's not your
grand?
fault. If we've got to spend 10 grand putting foundations in, we're not going to make any profit in this building.
But it's a necessity. We can't take the bedrock floor out and affect the integrity laterally, because you're taking all the support, all the lateral support out, and the building will want to come in. So this is why we've got to be very, very careful. But that's not all, chaps.
What else?
We found some dry rot
Oh, you're kidding.
in one of the back bedrooms.
How much?
It's going through 2 floors.
2 floors.
Dry rot is the most invasive.
Well, you know what it could do? It could just go through a building and wreck a building. And it travels a metre a month.
Until the specialists come in to assess the damage, we can only wait and hope.
2 days later, and in the basement, it's decision day on whether the foundations need underpinning. In the first floor bedroom, it's decision day on whether we have creeping dry rot eating away our walls. And as the garage falls apart, has our project too?
Well, what Andy showed me today, it's convinced me we've got fairly strong bedrock there, which is a good formation for building any type of new construction. I think the work can be carried out as planned and on programme.
Whenever you've got a true outbreak of dry rot, you will have a seed head which puffs out little brown spores. We haven't found any evidence of a seed head here. I would not be saying now that it is an outbreak of dry rot.
It's the good news we'd been hoping for. To our huge relief, we're back on schedule and, more importantly, still within budget. Work finally begins on our dream kitchen.
We're now 5 weeks into the building work, and so far, so good. Attention's turned from the bottom to the top of the house. The timbers are going up to create new dividing walls.
As we want to fit a double bedroom and ensuite into the attic, every inch of space is vital to us. But to meet fire regulations, the door in the new bedroom wall must be a minimum of 1 metre from the top of the stairs.
Yeah, what's that?
1845.
But Andy feels the bathroom area won't be big enough, so he decides to move this new wall further into the bedroom.
I'm quite pleased. We're doing well. I'm happy, everybody's happy.
But not everybody is happy. We're certainly not.
Well, as per, nothing's ever easy because we've just come away from the house, and after spending a bit of time in the attic, we've realised that Andy's actually built the stud partition wall about 6 inches further into the room than was required.
In simple terms, what he's actually done is he's built us a bedroom that you couldn't put a double bed into. If you tried to put a double bed in the attic space as it exists at the moment, you couldn't get the door open. It would hit off the bed. You'd have to close the door to actually get into the room, and that's worrying. I mean, a developer build me a double bedroom. There's a double bedroom that you can't fit a double bed in.
We were trying to give the bathroom more space because although it looks a large area, there's very limited head height there. That's why we brought this front wall forward another 6 inches, and it's backfired on us. And we've got to take it down and redo it.
It's kind of soul destroying, really. We put something up and they have to bring it back down. But apart from that, I mean, it's going to be for the best. They know what they're doing. They seem to know what they're doing anyway, so I'll go with that.
There's not too many more things that aren't specified that we get copped for.
The next day, we arrive to make sure the attic layout is exactly how it should be.
I want a tape measure. Give a tape measure.
It's got to be a metre, isn't it?
I want precision here. See, if this is 1 metre, 1 inch. It's got to come out, mate.
No, it hasn't.
Yeah, of course it has.
1 inch.
All right.
Oh, the dun.
Oh! 1 metre and half a centimetre up there. I'm sorry, it's all got to go.
It's all off.
So with work in the attic back on track, Andy's taken us downstairs to talk about the garden. Well, at least that's what we think.
But before we start talking about the garden,
okay,
I've got a little bit of news for you guys.
Good or bad?
Pretty good news, actually.
Okay, let's have it.
Had a gentleman round the other day who showed some interest in the house.
What, he wants to buy the house?
Wants to buy the house.
Are you serious, Andy?
Serious.
No wind-ups here?
No problem about the money. I told him it was around about 550,000. No problem at all, and he wants to meet you tomorrow.
Wait a minute, something odd's happening. I'm speechless.
No, I thought you might be. He's just missed buy ours 2 properties recently, and he's got a cash buy for his £1 million mansion.
Right. From your experience with this market in Leamington Spa, how likely is it that this man will buy the house? I want to put you in the spot.
My honest opinion?
Yeah.
I think the house is sold.
Fantastic.
Fabulous.
Right, the guy.
Hello.
The guy owns the company.
My flabber is gasted. I mean, what are the chances of that happening? Hello, millionaire walks in off street, says, yes, I'll have that one.
I
mean, come off it.
It's pretty
I mean,
nice.
it just sounds too fantastic, actually. I mean, the more you think about it, you think someone's taking the piss. You know,
Well,
it's a
who
wind-up.
cares? What'd you wear to a millionaire's house for?
Well, something cheap.
I'm wearing top hat and tails, there's £1 million sale, I'm telling you that.
We're halfway through our 16-week project and the work's just about on schedule. It's a massive 2-day operation to haul the seal girders up to the top of the house to reinforce the attic floors.
Let it fully go? Yeah.
Okay, hold it there.
But we're about to enter an even more critical phase in the building work.
The wood off it. Was that past it, yeah?
It's time to knock down the wall in the basement.
Can we straighten this one up somewhere?
It's a difficult operation and, to complicate matters, the steel girder for this ceiling hasn't arrived, which will delay the builders. To cap it all, Andy's chosen now to go on holiday.
It's a tricky week because this wall's got to come out, and to be honest, we're behind schedule. Gaffer's gone away skiing. It's all right for some, isn't it? No, he's gone away skiing. So he's left us, me and Garth, between us holding the fort.
Upstairs, Carpenter Garth is facing more problems. The plumbers are walking out. They need to lay a waste pipe under the floorboards leading to the bathroom shower. But they've refused to cut the joists, considering it a joiner's job.
It's getting a little bit late in the day to be putting the major services in, isn't it?
Yeah, it should have been done before.
Well, that's what we've got to do now, so...
Yeah, we've got to get around it, obviously, but they've gone, have they, anyway?
Just done one. We're enough on site. Mardy, that's just a bit very childish. Leaving us in a bit of a spot and predicament now, at this time of the job.
Blissfully unaware of the problems on site, we're heading off to meet our mystery bidder.
This is quite exciting.
This is it, isn't it?
Let's get in there. Grab that knocker.
Yeah, hopefully this is it.
Hello.
Are you Mark?
I'm Mark.
How do you do? I'm Colin.
Hello,
Nice
Colin.
to
How do you do?
Hello, Justin.
Can we come in at the cold, please?
Yes, please.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. Fabulous.
Go through. Carrie's through there.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Kari.
Hello, Kari.
Nice to see you.
Mark and Carrie Selwyn-Gummer have lived in their 12th century manor house for the past 12 years. But now that their children have grown up, they're looking to downsize.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know, we're intrigued. I mean, Andy's told us that you kind of popped round to the house in Leamington.
Yes.
And
yes.
you seem to be quite interested in
We
it.
are very interested.
Oh,
yes.
yes.
We like the way you were taking that back to the original and all the original features and all of that, which is what we've done here.
But what we really want to know is, will they pay the £550,000 we think our house will be worth?
We'll kind of bolt out of the blue.
We want to pay a fair price. This is the bracket we're in, but at the moment it looks to us as if it's overpriced.
By how much?
Well, it looks as if it's overpriced by, I would have thought £500,000 was more appropriate.
I really think when you walk through the door again, whether you didn't walk in the meantime, but whether you walk in, I don't know, a couple of months' time when that project's finished, without blowing our trumpet, that's not what I mean to do here at all, but I think we'll get the look of that house so right that you'll go, wow.
Yeah.
I'm confident that you'll like what we'll do.
Well, thank you very much.
We're disappointed that the Selwyn-Gummers are not prepared to offer £550,000. They are still interested, but they've got to get a buyer for their house. And we're still confident that we'll get our asking price.
Andy's back from holiday. And he's furious. Garth tells him how the plumbers walked off site and haven't been back since.
Obviously, it's very frustrating for everybody because there's plasterers waiting to get on, there's carpenters waiting to get on, there's everything waiting to get on. We're just beholden to these plumbers. You know, as soon as we've got the plumbers in and they can put their waste in, I can start finishing stuff off. But until that, you know, that happens, you know, I can't finish anything off. Well, they're not doing it, are they?
Despite all the setbacks, Andy remains blindly optimistic about our schedule.
I've got 6 weeks left, so yeah, I'm confident. I'm getting engaged in Barbados at the end of April, so I've got to get the job finished or she'll divorce me before I'm married.
But Andy's first priority is to get the plumbers back on site. And he's fixed a crunch meeting with Chief Plumber Gordon Connolly to be held behind closed doors.
Well, I've just been chatting to Gordon the plumber, and we managed to sort out the areas of contention, and we're back online, we're back on course.
Yeah, it worked perfect. I wasn't content with the way things were happening. The site was an absolute mess, and with Andy being away on holiday, there was quite a power struggle between certain people, which basically held me up, and I said, well, I can't do anything, you're not prepared to help me. We'll pull off site until such time as you can get things organised for me.
It's out of your hands, wasn't it?
Obviously we want to get out, Andy wants us out, and we're holding different people up now, which is good for us, which means that we will actually get workmen to do what we want to do for a change. So.
With just 5 weeks left of our 4-month project, the wall's finally coming down in the basement. The floor screeds arrive too. 3 tons of sand and cement. It all needs to be laid 4 inches thick to make our basement floor. The pressure's on, as the team has only 12 hours before it starts to set. But just 4 hours later, the floor's in place in record time. Andy's a worried man.
What do you think about this not going off yet, John?
The floor screed should have set within 48 hours, but it's showing few signs of drying out.
It's just formed a tight coat on the top. It's very soft.
Thinking we've had a bad batch here.
I think that's what the problem is.
I'll give the company a phone call.
Yes.
See what they've got to say.
Yeah.
Oblivious to the problems with the floor, we're choosing the tiling for what will become our dream kitchen. So we're hitting the shops in search of a bargain.
We want for the basement probably a terracotta floor, and a lot of the ceramic floors, while they try and allude to that, they just don't really look the part. But these are really cheap, these are £2 each.
That's kind of getting there as well. At least it's got this kind of Mottles quality here. It looks less kind of manufactured and more natural, and that's what we want. Something that looks almost like an old flagstone or something. But not that.
Well, this is typical of slate. You get this rusting, which is all the minerals running through it.
Isn't it? But you know, Philippa, I mean, out of these, what would you pick?
The terracotta is still really popular. Everybody loves a natural floor, and it will look better and better as time goes on.
Certainly sparked my imagination.
Yeah, it was interesting, wasn't it?
Back at the house, Andy's getting the news he's been dreading about the wet basement floor.
Right. Well, we can't walk on it for 5 days. So, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we've got to work on it next week. That's put us back another couple of days, because we've got to get in there and put the ceiling in, and then the tanking people have got to come in. We're just going backwards and backwards on this job. It's starting to drive me mad.
With the floor screed finally dry, the plastering starts. There are now just 4 weeks to go, and the pressure's really on to get back on schedule.
It's a very very busy day. We've got the electricians in, we've got the plumbers in, we've got the painters in, we've got all my men in. And we've got our new 2 tradesmen in sanding the floors.
With money so tight and just 3 weeks to go, Justin and I are more than happy to lend a hand.
You've just got to be prepared to get down there, to get this house finished and to get it finished on budget. Even if it means a pair of us getting their hands dirty for a bit of a change.
I'll be making sure that the finish is absolutely perfect. You know, none of this letting the machine skid and taking a big groove out of it. Wow! Blimey, yeah, you've done that quickly.
Still some finishing. But Andy's good humour wasn't to last long.
I'm not in a very good mood today. Everything's gone wrong. Plumbers are letting us down, but we're getting through it.
One of the plumbers has walked off site again.
You know, plumbers think they know magic these days. Can you hold this pipe firm? That's it. Right. I mean, how difficult was that? Why walk off in a strop because you can't park your car? Because the skip's there? Because everybody's trying to work? How difficult was that? It would have taken about 5–10 minutes. We know what we think about them, don't we, Garth?
Yeah.
And now, with so much of the plumber's work left unfinished, Andy's fast reaching the end of his tether.
I'm absolutely sick to death with this,
So what's
with these guys. I just can't get any feedback. I can't get any kind of organisation from the plumber. The guy that's running the job is never on site. He keeps sending different blokes all the time. No service, no backup, nothing. I mean, everybody on this job has pulled their weight. Everybody's worked really hard towards the end product. He just has come willy-nilly, like he doesn't give a flipping damn.
Do you know...
It's driving me potty.
That's the first time I've seen you like this.
I'm absolutely bloody furious, Justin. I really am. I mean, and this has just brought it to a head. You know, I'm just absolutely had enough.
But after a huge row, the plumbers are pulled off site for good.
The situation is that the plumber was supposed to come in and test the cold water and all the water system on Thursday, and he didn't. He came in on Friday. He's got leaks everywhere that's visible down here. He tried to say it was because we'd painted pipes before they were soldered, which is absolute rubbish, and threw his teddy out the cot and walked off site.
They've left a whole catalogue of unfinished jobs in their wake, and all with just 1 week to go.
I'm pretty angry with Gordon the plumber. You know, he's left me in a very tenuous position, and I'm considering legal action against him. Because that's the only way this guy's ever going to get taught not to do it again.
Today's the last day of the building work at the house. Unfortunately, Colin's ill, so I'm coming to check that everything's finished. But it's anything but. Our dream kitchen looks more like a nightmare. Also, because of the delays caused by the plumbers, we've been forced to cancel our carpet fitters. And, to cap it all, Andy's about to head off on holiday again.
But the simple facts are that the plumbers haven't done what they were meant to be doing. That's not our responsibility. You as the builder and the project coordinator should have allowed for that. You should have factored for that, and I think should be saying, OK, boys, the plumbing went wrong. That's my part of the operation. Therefore, I'll take care of whatever it costs to lay the carpet. We're simply having to pay a lot more because we can't use the person we were going to use. The ball's in your court, Andy.
Well, I'll have to think about that.
But you're saying I'll think about it, but you're off to Barbados tonight in an 8 o'clock flight. I think you should cancel your holiday.
Oh, really? Really? That's great.
But you're going to leave us with an unbaked cake.
Yeah, I think you're being totally unfair here. There's
not.
A bit of decoration I want doing in the basement, yeah. This doesn't affect the carpet, not one little bit. My contract was to finish today, right? Who you've contracted to get carpeted is nothing to do with me.
The carpet fitter will cost us more. Will you pay it? Andy, project manager. The buck stops with you.
Yeah, I will pay it, but I'm not very happy. I really am not very happy, but I will pay it.
But why not?
No, because I'm not happy. Because I'll pay it. End of story. I'll pay it.
The big problem that we have at the moment is the fact that we have an unfinished house here, because he's now gone on holiday, but he's given us his professional assurance that his team are going to come back in and help us with snagging over the next week or so before we start to finally dress the house. And with their help, we'll canter to the finishing line. We'll get the house finished and we'll get it dressed and we'll make it bloody rock.
From floor plans to complete design, it's taken the scheduled 16 weeks, despite all the delays. Finally, the carpets can be laid, and we think it's a job well done.
But the next morning, unknown to us, the gas fitters who have come to connect the fires make a shocking discovery.
The sniffer's registering a strong smell of gas escaping from this pipe. So there's definitely a gas leak under this floorboard somewhere. So
Gas fitters Peter Taylor and Graham Jinks realised that the gas must have been leaking since it was connected 2 whole weeks ago.
You should be celebrating. You should absolutely be celebrating. Hello?
Hello, is that Colin?
Yeah, it is. Who's this?
Hi, this is Graham from Great Revival, Graham Jinks.
Oh!
We did the fireplaces.
Yes,
Hi,
indeed.
How are you?
I'm very well indeed. And how's things with you?
We've been doing a drop test on the whole gas system that's in the house, and it's failed miserably. There's a gas leak we found.
What?
It could have blown up. Anyone have walked in there with a cigarette or switching lights on or anything like that, you know, could have caused a spark.
it's not fitted in properly. You see the way it's moving out. There you go.
What we found was a pipe underneath the flooring that hadn't been soldered. It had just been pushed into place. And actually, when we pulled the pipes, they literally just came out and the gas was just pouring out.
Bloody hell.
Catastrophic gas escape there. Could have been. It's just not soldered in properly at all.
Imagine the house had blown up. Oh God, I am absolutely gutted. Our property experiment has gone up in smoke. I mean, it's not that. You know, it's bigger than that. I mean, look, a garden next door, the fab neighbours on the other side, we could have killed them all. And that is as serious as that. I mean, that is negligence. I actually can't comprehend the gravity of what could have been.
The gas system for the house was fully checked and our fires installed. We contacted Chief Plumber Gordon Connolly about his firm's standard of workmanship, but he declined to comment.
Finally, our beautiful 4-bedroom Regency townhouse is ready. We'd normally put it straight on the market. But for the very first time in this whole experiment, we were able to invite our potential buyers Mark and Carrie Selwyn-Gummer. Will they now make us an offer of $550,000?
Oh, look, they've got flowers on there.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Lovely.
Hello, Carrie.
Hello.
Hiya. How are you doing? How are you?
Hiya.
Good to
good,
see you again.
thank-
Thanks for coming by.
Justin.
Please come on in.
Thank you.
Ah.
Oh, it's round here. Oh. It's a bit of a change, isn't it?
Are you ready for this? It's a good big space. Come right in. Come on. Right in.
Wow.
Wow.
Darling, we made it for you. We made it for you.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Is wow good? Is that Swedish for wow?
Oh, wow.
We've transformed our original dingy basement into a multi-purpose area for cooking, dining and pure relaxation.
Upstairs, the restored original fires and our use of gold and claret give the 2 rooms a warm, traditional feel.
It's brilliant. Absolutely wonderful. I mean, I like the idea of having the living room and somewhere where I might be working and the family, the same room, but, you know, we're in our own space.
The design of our Regency drawing room has been all about restoration, not modernisation.
Ooh. Oh, that is very, very elegant. Beautifully done.
On the second floor, our purple haze colour scheme gives the house a modern as well as traditional edge.
Wow, it is staggering.
I love everything apart from those bright cushions I don't like.
Okay, well, if you buy the house, we'll take the cushions away with us.
Our bathroom design is all about creating a luxurious yet contemporary space for relaxation.
Now, Madam in the bath.
Oh.
Sir coming up the stairs with a tray of champagne and delicate comestibles.
Absolutely wonderful.
Can you see that?
In the attic, we've made maximum use of natural light to create an airy double bedroom with a cleverly designed ensuite.
Could we have found a better day to show you this top floor sunny room?
Oh, it is gorgeous.
Gorgeous, yes. Yeah, yeah.
So
Very nice.
very nice.
Good flat head shower for that lovely all-over wash experience.
Oh, that's good.
Mark and Carrie obviously love our house. Success so far.
And what's happening with you guys? How's yours?
Unfortunately, they still haven't sold their own, despite it being on the market for a full 5 months. But we need to know the answer to one burning question.
Well, we've had
Imagine you had sold. What's this house worth to you? In the joyous position that you've sold, you know what we want for this.
Yes.
What kind of price do you now think this house is worth?
If I sold our house at the asking price, I'd pay your asking price.
I said it's worth every penny.
Exactly! Yeah! To Carrie. Meanwhile, Carrie.
No! Let's go. These are for you.
Sorry, Mark, you're outnumbered, sir. I'm very sorry. Sad to report that Carrie...
So that's the good news. But the fact is, we can't wait for Mark and Carrie to sell their house, and so we'll have to put ours on the open market.
I just could see myself living in that house, and I just love it. And the thought of not selling our house and losing this house makes me feel a bit upset.
We bought the house for £358,000 and spent £11,540 on purchase costs. Our projected building costs were £100,000 and we spent an additional £1,013 on the kitchen, giving us a total cost of £470,553. Once solicitors and estate agents' fees have been added on, it means we'll have to sell our house for at least £475,000 to make a profit.
We invite 3 local estate agents to give us their valuations. Will they think the house is worth £550,000 in the current market?
What a super bathroom. Just exactly what buyers are looking for.
Yeah, very clever the way they've done that, because this is not big at all, but
surprisingly spacious.
I don't think anybody would complain about this as a principal bedroom, providing they're fit enough to get up the stairs to it.
Putting a value on our house isn't as straightforward as it seems. We want to sell it for somewhere over £500,000. The threshold for stamp duty increases from 3 to 4%. This effectively means that a buyer will have to find a minimum of £20,000 extra. Our estate agents are very conscious of this in their valuations.
So if you were asking me to write down on a piece of paper what I would be comfortable with, I think it would have to be that we're pushing it to go to 550. And I would be saying to you, we've got this stamp duty issue at £500,000, and that may be where I think the cut-off might still be.
At 500?
Yeah.
Right, sure.
How much is it worth, Nick? What are we going to get for this?
A very good question. We're in slightly unsettled times at the moment. The market is a little unpredictable, and we would suggest to you that a guide figure should be 500, with the hope that we can ask more for it to test the market and see what the response is.
We sat down and we tried to figure...
Although our agents are saying 500,000, we know it's estate agents speak for a penny under £500,000.
The realistic ceiling price for townhouses in this location, in this road, is 500,000. And there's no doubt that by asking more than that, you will be exceeding that ceiling. However, I feel that the work that you've done to this
room in particular is something that other properties don't offer, and as such I think that my expectation would be to achieve 535 to 540.
We decide to put the house on the market with estate agents Peter Clark. 3 days later, it's up for sale for £540,000. If we sell it for this optimistic price, we stand to make a profit of £67,000.
Oh, this is a great room, isn't it?
Oh, it's gorgeous. This is lovely.
It's great.
I can see that we would just be down here all the time.
It's a fabulous room. The floor is looks fantastic.
That's bedroom too. Gosh, the boudoir.
Wow.
Wow. Dubious about the colour.
It's a bit too bright. It's a tiny bit stark.
Yeah. Well, this would be our room, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you'd bump your head a lot though, wouldn't you?
And this is great, this little area under there.
Yes.
Can you imagine Jim?
Particularly with
Well, you
children.
don't have to imagine him. It seemed probably about the right sort of asking price, but I don't know how things have changed in the last 6 months. I think it's maybe a bit unfortunate timing it coming on the market now.
I think as far as the asking price goes for this area of Leamington, it's on a par with the market.
Unfortunately, no one makes an offer, but we still hope that our 540 grand asking price can be achieved.
Although we've had 15 viewings, we still haven't had an offer. It also appears that the market is cooling off and properties in this price bracket are taking longer to sell. We're now thinking seriously about reducing our asking price. But no one could have prepared us for what happened next.
Hello, Justin speaking.
Hi Justin, it's Louisa from Peter Clark and Company in Leamington Spa.
Hello, Louisa, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm fine, thanks.
How are things with the house?
Well, we had a viewing this morning
Okay.
from a couple from London.
All right.
They have come in with an offer on the property.
Oh my God, how much?
485,000.
Oh, absolutely not. That's a cracking house, and they can take their £485,000 because I'm not even remotely interested. That is a derisory, repugnant and revolting offer that is just winding me right up. That is just ridiculous. It's like, in fact, I don't even want to talk about it. Go and talk them up and come back to me.
All right then, Justin,
Okay,
no problem.
thanks, bye.
Thanks, bye.
Do you know, sometimes you think, what is the point? 485 grand. I knew this had happened. I knew we'd get lower offers. I was never comfortable at 540, but I didn't expect an offer to come in for 10 grand less than the poor competition. Do you know? Other houses in Leamington Spa that are nowhere nearly... I mean, what is this? Some type of opportunity to piss us off.
But maybe it's a foot in the door, it's a first offer. You know, and that's it. Maybe they're just chancing their arm because the market in Leamington is depressed at the moment.
Oh my God, they've just hit that car. Well, I'm having a bad day as well. I'm having a bad day as well.
Exactly.
You've only got a small 500 quid repair to that car's bumper. We're sustaining here a 50 grand loss.
Exactly. It's our reputation, it's on the line. Maybe they're just being smart though, and they're playing it, they're just coming in. Maybe they're just playing the property game. They want the house desperately. They're just coming in at a really derisory offer.
And they can take their offer elsewhere because it's not one that I'm prepared to entertain for the moment. Thank you very much, and I speak for both of us.
But they are allowed to represent themselves with a better offer, and we shall look at that favourably.
I'm
Come on,
going
let's
to
go.
coffee, sorry. Catch up with you guys later.
2 hours later, our estate agent calls us with news of an increased offer of £495,000. But this is only £20,000 profit, and for us, it's still too low. And there's more reason for despair. She said the market's not great. She actually said that it's commonplace in that price bracket for people to come in 10% under at the moment. People are chancing their arm, and they're getting away with it. We've also just learned the Selwyn Gummers have given up trying to sell their house and have taken it off the market, so they won't be buying ours. For the second time in this project, Justin's lost for words.
Over the weekend, our London couple have increased their offer to 1 penny under £500,000. The offer is designed to keep them in the 3% stamp duty bracket. But it's 40 grand below our asking price. So we've agreed to their offer only on the condition that they also pay £15,000 for fixtures and fittings. It's like a game of property poker.
Oh my God.
Hello, Justin Ryan.
Hi, Justin. It's Louisa from Peter Carson Company in Leamington December.
Hello, Louisa again. How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm all right today, thank you, Louisa.
Good.
Any news for me?
Yeah, I've spoken again to the couple who are interested in 30 Portland Street.
Okay.
They are happy to pay a penny under 500,000 for the house.
Okay.
However, they will only offer £5,000 for the fixtures and fittings.
5,000 for fixtures and fittings. Right. I feel that's still not right, Louisa, because we're taking a big cut in the asking price for the property already. I've got to get near the...
Just meet in the middle, we split
Got
the
to
difference.
yeah, we need to split the difference.
If we can meet at 10, it'll be a done deal and we'll go with it.
Yeah, 10 grand. Get us 10 grand, Louisa, and the house is sold.
Okay, no problem. I will go back to them and I'll come back to you as soon as I can.
Brilliant, thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye for now.
Oh, that's
Well, that's
expected.
interesting, yeah.
Well, it's as expected, isn't it?
I didn't expect them to come in at 5. I thought we might be looking at somewhere in the region of, I don't know, 8 or 9, or maybe even 10. I think if we can get 10, we cut our losses, we are joyous, and we've got a sold house, and we can kiss goodbye to Leamington Spa and move on. Justin Ryan.
Hi, Justin. It's Louisa from Peter Carson Company.
Hello, Louisa.
Hello.
Hello there.
Here. I've just come off the phone from the couple about Portland Street.
Okay.
They've had a think about whether they can stretch and sell.
Okay.
And as they love the house so much, the good news is that they will meet you halfway.
Okay.
Pay a figure of £10,000 for the fixtures and fittings, with obviously the penny under 500,000 to sell.
Okay, okay.
In order to secure the sale.
Fantastic, Louisa.
Well done, Louisa.
Well done, Louisa. Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations on this.
Thanks.
Bye.
You. Yes. Oh, well done. Well, 15 minutes, 5 grand.
It was worth it, wasn't it? That's the quickest £5,000 we've ever made.
That's 35 grand profit, which I think is a really respectable profit to make given the state of the market.
510k sold. Thank you very much.
Today we're back at the house to meet up with our new buyer, Serena Pictures. She works in the fashion footwear industry.
Oh, hi there.
Serena.
Hi, Serena. Hello there, I'm Colin. Hello there.
Lovely to meet you, Serena. Come on in.
Come on in.
It was the crisp, modern design of her basement which convinced Serena and her husband Henry that this really is the dream home for them.
It is amazing. The cooker is just fantastic.
Who does the cooking here? Is your Henry?
He does the glory cooking, shall I
Fabulous.
say. So when we're having dinner parties and when he gets lots of praise, he gets to do all the
dear.
cooking. Oh wow, that's great.
You
Thank
take the
you.
time to come along.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
You're very
Thanks
welcome.
very much.
These are for you
Oh,
too.
wow.
This is like a beauty contest.
That's great.
Best
Thank
of luck.
you.
Yeah. Best of luck. You're very, very welcome.
Thank you.
I feel amazing, to be honest. I feel absolutely amazing. I'm looking up at that little sold sign and I'm thinking, we did that. Yeah. Don't always get it right. Don't always get the return, but sold one house, come full circle, and is now going to be taken on by somebody who loves it.
After sales costs, our lovely Leamington house has given us a profit of 35 grand. Things are looking up for our experiment.
Next week, we're in Edinburgh looking for the house that will take us up to £750,000.
Unfortunately, there's a lot more dry rot being discovered, which is a complete disaster and very disappointing.
Devastated. I can't believe this.
Full-on disasters, we can't tell.
Don't forget, Colin and Justin are online now to answer your questions. Log on via BBC i to bbc.co.uk/homes.